Right, hello everyone. Let's go over US30 and recap. Wednesday, the 11th of March. We did get a nice move. There was some nice structure being shown, but as always, we follow the trade templates, follow the rules, and the right timing, and then we just do what we have trained. So this is the higher time frame. We was expecting this area to hold up as support and resistance, and this was the first area of manipulation, so this would be the main area to be targeting yesterday. Hopefully we could break through that and follow this arrow to target the previous low. So we're targeting Monday's low today. That will be the main aim. So what you're seeing here is weak opens, retraces up to previous weak discount buy areas, that's the grey areas, and then you get a continuation down to continue selling. So yesterday was a clear sell bias. Then we go to the smaller time frame and just approach the New York session like we always do, like we have done over the past few days or few weeks now. So I've got the levels all on the chart. You can see we've got the previous day low here. That is a major liquidity pull. And we go down to the 5 minute. So yesterday we had CPI news. So most of the time with CPI news, if you don't have a setup or a good setup before the CPI news, you wait and then you aim on trading the New York Open, because it normally gives you a retracement of some sort. So quickly go over it. This is the MOP midnight opening price in New York, pre-London, London Open here. Then we got the pre-New York here, high volume time, which is the CPI release time. Then we have the New York Open here. So you can see all those levels are in that same area. So that is 3 times the resistance in that area. That's why you saw price retest it a few times and continue towards the downside. It was too strong as a resistance. So I'm just going to go over the New York scenarios. So as always, you look for a early trades template before the New York Open. So this is a early trade setup, and you normally get one attempt at max with this, one setup at max. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. Most of the time it ends around small profit or break even. But when there is a lot of momentum, you have to take these setups because price doesn't always retrace. So, pre-New York, high volume time, starts pushing towards the downside, takes liquidity here. Let me just put that line on there. That'll do, just to indicate where that area is. Takes that liquidity, starts to reverse here. You get into the bullish move because you're pushing towards discount buy. Then you're getting reversal. So now you have a early buy setup. So that is a clean buy towards the upside. As price goes up, clears this high, hits this area, you would manage your positions, move to break even, take partial profits. Then you let price run at break even, stop loss. By the time the New York Open comes, we have already forgotten about this trade. That has already been managed. That has already had partials taken, and stop loss is in profit or at break even. You leave it alone to do whatever. Then you move on to the New York Open templates. So New York Open here, you get, this is obviously a resistance, price starts pushing down, retraces here, retest the CPI level. So that is a quick sell entry, which is at the start of the arrow, so that'll be there. As price starts dropping, get a push towards the downside. This is the New York Open, so you have to allow a retracement and then further attempts to be taken. As this downwards move goes down, clears the low, it's clearing the previous day low, so you have to look out for a reversal. This sell would be managed, partials taken in this area, and stop loss at break even. Then you got the reversal. You can get into the reversal if you are quick enough. What I'm going to do now is give you all the possibilities. for these setups. So there's a lot of confirmations and setups within a short amount of time on this day. You wouldn't have got them all. As price starts reversing, get into the move around here, stop loss at the low, and you're targeting this area. So now we're following a trade template which is pushing down, taking liquidity, retracing back to the New York Open, then continuing towards the downside as this holds up as resistance. So price goes up, manages buys by this time. That one probably gets taken out, but as you can see, price is retesting the New York Open. So as it starts rejecting once again, you can get into the sell, stop loss at the low, and you're targeting previous lows once again. After this, you've already had 3 setups with the New York Open. You've had one with the early setup. So that is a lot for that short amount of time. So by this time, you'd have been getting a bit stressed and a bit you'd have been getting a bit frustrated because you're trading these small moves, taking small partial profits, then getting taken out. What you're looking for is a continuation move, then you can relax. So price pushes down, retraces up one more time, and then you get a final retest here of this pre-New York. So that is the last retest here. But it all depends on how you manage this sell from here and here. So overall, you can see what's happening, but you'd have to be able to understand what is taking place on the chart because of this strong resistance here. So it's got many retests. Most people would have been taken out at break even on most of these trades. But if you was able to understand what was happening, you would be able to focus on the chart, wait for price to start reacting, a bit like this retest here, then get into the move once again. Obviously, you limit yourself to how many attempts you have, but you can see how price continue towards the downside over time, giving you lots of setups. And each one you have to remember, each one of these setups goes straight into profit, gives you an area to take partial profits, and then you move to break even or move your stop loss into profit. So these are setups that are getting taken out because price suddenly reverses, but you have to remember you're still going into profit and making profit from each of these little setups. And each one has good confirmations, it has good price action, and is moving as it should do, really. Then you got the continuation towards the downside into this buy area from the previous day over here, the 9th. You can see by this time you'd have took most profit on that downwards move and then let a tiny little bit to run into the next day. And then you go into today with a fresh new look. You have a bias, but you don't stick to it too much. You have to be open, a bit like this day here. I had a strong bearish bias, but as soon as it cleared this low, we got the reversal towards the upside. So I took the sell and then just managed it and resulted in small profit or break even here because I had too strong of a bias. I wasn't actually looking at the chart for the confirmations on the trade setup. And that's it for US30, all following the same strategy. Templates applied, timing applied. Trading period is around 2 hours, and you are limiting yourself to the amount of setups you take within that trading period. So you have lots of discipline applied to it, and it's just about practicing and executing, having the confidence to press the button. Take care. All links are in the video description. All playlists are on YouTube. Have a good day and goodbye.